Hello and welcome to pmclounge.com. In this video, we are going over the Scrum roles. So what are the job roles or job titles that you're going to find in a Scrum team? The three mandatory ones are development team, product owner, and Scrum Master. So what exactly do these people do? We'll go over that in this video. As always, if you're into reading articles, then first link in the description is going to take you to an article on this topic. Check it out. Second link is going to be a playlist of all the videos that we have done on Agile. As you already know, PMP is now 50% Agile. So if you're preparing for your PMP exam, in addition to all the knowledge areas and process groups and processes videos that we have done, you can check the playlist section of our YouTube channel if you want to go over all the playlists. So in addition to all that, you should also know about Agile. And second link in the description, the playlist of all the videos that we have done on Agile, that is going to help you get that 50% Agile piece of PMP exam. Now, if you're preparing for your ACP exam or any other Agile related certification, this video is still going to help you out. All right, so let's get it started. A quick reminder, we like you too. Please hit the like button. That seems to be the only way YouTube is going to let you know every time we upload new content. So let's go over the structure of the Scrum team. And an important point to note here is that each organization may have their own structure of the Scrum team. But there are three roles that you will almost always find. These are must-have roles, and this is how the Scrum framework defines these roles. So you have the Scrum team. The Scrum team contains three roles. Now, like I said, different organizations may have different roles and they may add some roles here, but this is how Scrum framework defines the Scrum team. So the Scrum team is made up of three roles: development team, product owner, and Scrum Master. Now, development team is of course the engineering team, then you have product owner, and then the Scrum Master. What all do these people do? Let's look at it in the coming slides. So first of all, development team. Now, development team is obviously not a single person, right? There is a team in the end. And so it is obviously not one person. It is basically a team of different people from development background. And it can also be called engineering team in different organizations. So development team, engineering team, it's one and the same thing. Different organizations have different nomenclatures. Now, this team contains members from different expertise, and these folks may have different job titles as well, but all of them come together and they form an engineering team. They do the development work. You need to note that the entire development team, which means all the members of the development team, whatever their job titles may be, all of them participate in Scrum events. We talked about Scrum events in our Scrum 101 video. I'll share a link, third link in the description below. You can check that out, Scrum 101 video, if you haven't seen that video yet. That way you will understand what Scrum events are. So the entire development team participates in all the Scrum events. A quick reminder, all our PMP courseware articles and videos are available on pmclounge.com/PMP training. Check it out. Okay, so let's talk about the product owner now. Product owner is a single person. It is not a team. So unlike your development team or engineering team, product owner is one person only. Now, product owner basically helps the team. This is the Scrum team, which means your engineering or development team and your Scrum Master as well. Product owner is going to help the entire Scrum team understand the user requirement. So what does a user want from your software? So that is something the product owner takes it on himself or herself to ensure that the team understands, so that they deliver the most valuable product. You know, what is the most valuable product? A product that basically fulfills the user requirements, right? It addresses user requirements, and that's what product owner is supposed to ensure that the Scrum team understands. So if they understand the user requirements, of course, they are going to deliver the most valuable product. Product owner works with the Scrum team every day to ensure product backlog is well understood. Now, product backlog is, it can be a software, it can be a document. This is where all the user requirements are basically documented. So product owner or the PO is going to work with the team every single day, and his or her work here is to ensure that the team understands product backlog. This role helps the team build the most valuable software that they can. I hope you remember the first principle. If not, here's it. Here it is. Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. This was the first agile principle. We've discussed all the agile principles. Fourth link in the description is going to take you to that video. So I hope you remember this. The continuous delivery of valuable software, and that's where this valuable word comes from. That's the first agile principle. Moving on, what does a scrum master do then? What is this role about? So scrum master helps the development team and product owner and even the rest of the organization to do scrum right, as simple as that. So scrum master is the master of scrum. He or she is supposed to know how Scrum works, what Scrum really is, and how should the organization as a whole get Scrum right. Obviously, Scrum Master is also a single person, just like the product owner. It is not a team or a group of people, right? So that's what Scrum Master is. Scrum Master is a leader, but his or her leadership style is servant leader. So Scrum Master is a servant leader. And what it basically means is that Scrum Master spends all of his or her time serving the entire organization, and most importantly the team that he or she is part of, which is the Scrum team. So Scrum Master basically serves, and that is why he or she is a servant leader. So here's the job description of a Scrum Master. If you're eyeing the role of a Scrum Master, you need to know about this job description. You need to understand what you are expected to do, what you should do. And first of all, you need to help the product owner find effective ways to manage the product backlog. Now, product backlog, as I said earlier, could be a document, could be a software where all the user requirements are documented. So as a Scrum Master, it is your duty, it is your job to ensure that the PO or the product owner finds effective ways to manage these user requirements. You need to prioritize requirements with higher priority. That is going to help you deliver the most valuable software, right? So that's something that you as a Scrum Master need to ensure and help product owner with. Helps development team understand Scrum events, and not just the development team, the organization as a whole. You need to ensure that your organization understand what the Scrum events are. Scrum 101, third link in the description. This video talks about all the Scrum events. As a Scrum Master, you need to ensure that your development team, your product owner, the Scrum team as a whole understands what these events are, understands the importance of these events, and you also need to facilitate these events. Helps the organization at large understand Scrum. And this is an important point because you are a Scrum Master. You are the master of Scrum. You are the person with the most knowledge of how Scrum works. So that is why you need to ensure that your organization gets Scrum right. You need to ensure that your organization understand what Scrum really is. Helps the Scrum team to do their best job possible to deliver the most valuable software possible. As simple as that. This is where all those expectations from a Scrum Master come into the picture, where you're expected to get things done, you're expected to collaborate with cross-functional teams. You're expected to remove any impediments that the Scrum team is facing. So all of that you do to ensure that the Scrum team does its best job possible to deliver the most valuable software possible. I hope you realize how important this job role of a Scrum Master really is. Question for this video: what are the first few words that come to your mind when you hear Scrum Master? The first word should be a servant leader, which we already talked about. But what are some of the other words that come to your mind when you hear Scrum Master? Let me know in the comments. Definitely looking forward to your answers. So that's all that we had in this video. I hope you got value out of it. I hope you were able to understand the different Scrum roles. Smash that like button if this video helped you. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified every time we upload new content. And also don't forget to check out the website pmclounge.com, your number one free PMP resource. Thank you and have a nice day.